What's up, guys? Well, in this video we're going to upgrade my Xeon rig to, an i7 3930K. So I've already got the Noctua fans all out of there, and we're all ready to unscrew these. Maybe. There we go. Yep. I'll do most of what I can on camera, but there's gonna be certain times I just can't do certain things with one hand here. Really should just get a damn, what do you call it? Alright. Okay. Pop it off one side. Okay, here we go. All right. So there's the old, whatchamacallit, 2670, E5 2670 Xeon to be exact. Now I swear I just had some paper towel and whatnot, but I'm gonna go grab some paper towel, wipe that off just so you can see what it is. Alright, so there we go, Xeon 2670. Alright, now I'm gonna take these brackets and stuff off camera. I mean, make things a lot easier and quicker, and then we'll work on getting that CPU out of there. Alright, we got that the rest of the cooler's retention stuff undone. I just left two screws or two bolts that shouldn't interfere. Now, the way these things work is, since they're so large, they have two completely separate locking mechanisms, and a lot of people don't know this. If you do this in the wrong way, you can bend a bunch of pins on the motherboard, and then you're gonna have a bad time. So, when you're unlocking it for the first time, undo that one first, then that one, and then when you're putting a CPU back in, we just reverse, and then we'll put that one down first, followed by that one. So not too big of a deal. There we go. All right, and now we can carefully grab our processor. Whew. It's always nerve-wracking. So alright, we got our processor out. Alright, I'm gonna go grab the new processor and then we'll put it in. Alright. So here's our new processor. Now all processors have like a little arrow, so you just gotta line it up. Our arrow's up top there. So now I'm gonna get a good grip on this so we're not just dropping it into all the pins. And then we just have to drop it in. Alright, now that's in there. Now, like I said, now when we go back to, helps to put this down first, sitting here trying to say what you should do, and then I'm sitting here trying to put the thing down before I even put the thing down. Anyway, so now that we got that, we go like that, And then with this side, we're like that. And now that should be seated and installed flawlessly. Now I just got to reassemble this this knock to a fan here. Gonna clean the fan blades and all that stuff off real quick before I install it, but I just wanted to get that installed before a bunch of dust and debris got all over in the sockets. That's never good. Another thing I wish this thing had is I wish this had cooling for this, because I have a feeling with this processor I'm not gonna be able to overclock very far without any cooling on those. I have a feeling these things are gonna overheat, especially because there's no damn fan up top there. Yeah, this case just looked really cool, and for like before they started coming out with all these like really cheap, decent tempered glass panel side cases, I decided I'd get this do-it-yourself one. And it's alright, but it's an oven because it has no airflow, and it has no whatchamacallit at the top. No fan at the top. But alright, I'm going to stop babbling and get this fan back on. Alright, well, we got the bottom bracket all set up. So now we're just gonna put some thermal paste on here. I'm all out of Thermo Grizzly, but hopefully I have enough of this Ecotherm stuff. And it looks kind of like a shitty job, but it had barely just enough. These things take up a lot of paste, so hopefully I can get this right the first time, because I'm all out of conducting on it, so I'm using some EK. But alright, this is an EK, what is it? Ecotherm is what this is called. But anyway, I need 2 hands for this particular task, so I'm going to mount this behemoth of a cooler on there, and then we'll turn the computer on and see if it boots up and if everything works, or if I bought a broken dead processor off eBay. We will find out. Alright, we got the knock to a cooler installed again. I tidied it up a little bit by hiding the cords this time. I was a little lazy last time. If this case was a little bit better on the cable management, I'd be able to make this look better too, but it's not that bad. I've seen worse, and this is just my secondary computer. Everything else is still cable managed pretty nice. But alright, let's get that 980 Ti back in there and see if it'll boot. Alright, video card's back installed and we are good to go. Man, I love this 980 Ti though. It is pretty massive, but it is an awesome card. Alright, let's hook this back up and boot it up. Alright, let's see what it does. Oh, okay. Well, that was rather anticlimactic. Gotta reinstall video drivers, I guess. But even with it all super big, alright, yeah. Oh yeah. Well, alright, I'm gonna go get this thing reset up and then we'll run a quick like Geekbench or something for this video. And then we'll end it. Well, while it's updating drivers, I figured we'll just go and show off what the computer looks like again for those who haven't seen. It's definitely a little louder than it was before, but the CPU is a little more power hungry. In stock, it can run faster than my other one. I'm pretty sure anyway. But yeah, it looks pretty cool. Favorite part of the case is the front fans though. These front fans do look pretty freaking sick. At least in my opinion. Well, alright, as soon as the drivers are done installing, we will see what this thing has got. So, It wasn't as easy as I figured. Had to reinstall Windows. I noticed after running Cinebench once I got a score of 800 and something, and I knew something was wrong, seeing as though it says right up there what a stock 3930K should get. My old one got like 1052, my 2670 at its current overclocks. So let's see what this thing gets now. It should be running correctly now. I went into the BIOS, changed a bunch of things, and then that's what caused Windows to mess up. Yeah, and it was doing this test at 2.72 gigahertz, because that's what I had my Xeon overclocked to, from 2.6 to 2.72. So this is just bone stock right now. Yep, I can already tell you this is going a million times faster than I did before. I was starting to wonder, like, man, I know there's less threads, but this is taking forever. But what sucks about this is now I'm not going to be able to do the versus videos, unfortunately, because now my video files are all gone. I should have had them on the opposite whatchamacallit, hard drive instead of the SSD, but I wasn't thinking Windows was just going to mess up. Otherwise I would have dragged and dropped all those folders on to my hard drive before I even attempted to mess with it. But I still should have done that anyway. But let's see what we got. So we got 915 or 916. And here's what it's supposed to get. So there's still something going on. So I'm gonna have to go fiddle around with stuff. Unless that's like an overclocked one. But I'm gonna go mess with some BIOS settings and whatnot. And see if I can't get that score up. Alright, well, after doing a little research, it turns out that Cinebench 3930K is overclocked, not stock. So, my Xeon is faster stock versus overclocked, and even stock versus stock. But this thing I believe will be faster once I overclock. Otherwise, maybe I made a huge mistake here. But let's just see what this gets in Geekbench 2. I remember what my other one got. It got 3002 for single and 19,500 for multi. So we'll see what this one gets. So it is a tiny bit slower than the Xeon and Geekbench, but it beat it in single core at least by a little bit. But so there's what that got. That's the i7 3930K. And I was a little off on what the Xeon got, but here's what the Xeon got at its absolute best. Overclock, that would even run benchmarks. This wasn't even completely stable. So this is just the best it could do. You know, it was pretty stable, but every once in a while it would be finicky with stuff. So I had to downclock it down to like 2.72 to get completely stable. But that'll about do it for this video. I mean, that's still pretty impressive stock, but once I overclock it, I guarantee it'll be faster in every way than the Xeon. So that's what I'm going to go do now. I mean, it does kind of suck that I can't do the 2670 versus 3930K, but at least I can do some, I can at least do a little, like some comparisons. I got some benchmarks like this saved, so I can at least do that. But we can't do the video encoding one now, so now my whole last video is kind of pointless. But anyway, I'm gonna go get to overclocking now, so it's unfortunate the video didn't end up being like what I wanted, but that's life sometimes. But anyway, till the next video, peace out, guys.